In this video, I'm going to walk through 5 hires that save me over 25 hours a week. And I put a screenshot of my calendar below here, and you can see that out of 7 days in a week, 5 of them are totally free on my calendar. And those days I can spend working on my business, I can spend moving my business forward, I can spend moving my life forward, spending time with friends, family, flying my plane, etc., etc. And just so you know who you're listening to, my name is Ravi Abuvala. I'm the founder of Scaling with Systems, worked with over 2,000 businesses in the past few years, helping them scale. I have a company of over 25 different employees, not including contractors. And so I know a thing or two about making hires, scaling businesses, and buying my time back. So the first hire is my executive assistant. And this is probably one of the first hires I recommend all entrepreneurs make if they're trying to buy back their time. And that's because the executive assistant is kind of the doer. They can essentially do anything. You can kind of plug them into all these different positions. They can do your personal life stuff. They can do payroll. They can do checking your email. They can schedule trips, all these things that would be really weird for one specific job title to have. The executive assistant kind of sweep them all up underneath there. So I just put a few examples of some of the things my executive assistant does for me. So first of all, she runs all of our company meetings. So my team leader meetings on Thursdays, our client success meetings, our sales meetings, our setter meetings, our marketing meetings, our operations meetings. She is the one inside of there holding the agenda, writing down to-dos, tasks, helping us with the IDS section, et cetera, et cetera. The next is that she actually manages my calendar on a daily basis. So myself, I'm trying to optimize my time as much as possible. So when I do have meetings on Mondays and Thursdays, either internal or external meetings, she manages that calendar. If there's some free space, she'll try to move some appointments around to tighten up that so that even on those Mondays and Thursdays, I can get as much free time outside of meetings possible. Also, she helps me plan different trips that we do. So we do maybe 12 to 18 different trips a year, local, international, et cetera, et cetera. So you can see right here, we're going to Cartagena for one of our friends' weddings at the end of this year. And so she's starting to plan the hotels, the flights, the activities, the visa information, all of that. She checks and responds to my email. By the love of God, if you are still checking your email and you're doing over 10K a month, 30K a month, 50K a month, please, please, please have someone check your email for you. I haven't checked my email in over 4 years. And quite frankly, even if she misses something, I've always figured out that there's not really anything that you can't, that won't pop up again if it's an absolute emergency. So she kind of manages my email. She filters through anything that I don't need to know about. She responds back. And then she might send me 1 email every week, 2 emails every week that she doesn't know the answers to, or she kind of wants to escalate the path forward, right? And then in my personal life, she creates what we call an activity tracker. So at the beginning of every single month, she compiles all of the activities that are in South Florida or maybe in the southeastern United States, and she puts them on a sheet for us. And then when we have our monthly meeting with my girlfriend, my executive assistant, and I, she will actually show those different activities, show the ones that she thinks that we'll like, the locations, the travel time, the cost, the seats, all that stuff. And then we can just say, hey, we'd like to go this, that. For example, today I am going to see the Red Hot Chili Peppers in concert in West Palm Beach. That's been a dream of mine for a while. And then on Sunday, I'm seeing Les Miserables in Miami. And so all these things, I don't have to really think about. She just proposes them to me. I say yes. She pays them, puts them on my calendar, et cetera, et cetera. So that's the first one, which is an executive assistant. The next is going to be a house manager. Now, this is pretty funny because I always ask people, like, if you could spend $1,000 a month and never have to work on your personal life again, would you do it? And most entrepreneurs I talk to, at least the ones doing, multiple 6, 7, or 8 figures, are like, yeah, obviously, yet they don't do it. They're still going around doing the dishes, doing their laundry, cleaning up the house, all these different things that they could easily hire somebody else to do. So my next hire here is a house manager, and the house managers, they do exactly that. They manage your household. And quite frankly, I'm a 30-year-old guy. I have a girlfriend and we have a puppy. So it's not like I have a bunch of kids and crazy things going on. But at the same time, it's nice just to have, it's like the executive assistant. They're kind of that all person or all position player where they can do anything that you really need in person in Miami. So for example, on a daily task that she does, so she comes twice a week for us. She fills my protein shakers, so I don't have to ever fill my protein shaker. She does our laundry. She steams the clothes in my closet, does the dishes, waters the plants, fills my Brita, my Nespresso water for my coffee, fluffs and organizes the cushions and pillows. And then she has weekly tasks, like she charges my devices, like my shaver, my toothbrush, my water pick. She does the groceries, Amazon, et cetera, et cetera. She restocks all of the bathroom supplies, make sure that, I'm not running out of shampoo and soap inside the bathroom. She re-ups my vitamins. She cleans my shoes. I like to have fresh shoes everywhere I go. And she also cleans and replaces the kitchen towels. These are just small screenshots of full projects that she does for us, but I kind of wanted to show you a few things because most people say, oh, I don't need a house manager. But even if she just did like 3 of these things on your that you're doing right now on your plate, you probably save 5 hours a week minimum, right? And plus, you probably don't even like doing those things in the first place. And so that's why I love having a house manager. And then she'll also do these kind of random ad hoc tasks. A great example of that is returning things. So, if we ever buy something from Amazon, I don't have to worry about, do we have to go return it? Oh, I might as well just eat the cost because it doesn't make sense to go return something for $30. But now she can kind of just wait a week, batch them all together, and just return them at the same time. So that one is a house manager. Next, let's talk about a chef. So I put chef down there because it kind of goes with the theme of a hire, but in full transparency, I have a meal prep service. I had a chef at one point, but I really didn't like having a chef because they come to your house. They now you have another person in your house. They're cooking, they're making noise, they're cleaning, there's smells going throughout the whole house. I'm starving. Now that I smell it, I'm trying to work. And so, I don't really love chefs in-house that much. And I've tried literally probably 8 or 9 different meal prep companies in Miami. I finally found one that I like. I've used them for over 2 years now. And so I just do a keto plan by them. And so I have them deliver out of the entire week, 7 days in a week. I have 14 meals. And so they deliver 12 out of 14 of those meals. So lunch and dinner for 6 days of the week, they essentially deliver. And then for that 7th day, I always leave open because maybe 1 or 2 days of the week, I'll go to dinner with my girlfriend. I'll go to dinner with clients. I will go to dinner by myself. And so that'll even it out. And that helps me kind of stay clean, stay healthy, have really good food. And I'm not having to spend all that time, energy, and effort cooking, buying groceries, prepping. Then after I'm done, cleaning it up, et cetera, et cetera. I just wake up in the morning, Monday, Wednesday, Friday. The meals are at my front door in my condo. I grab them, I put them in the fridge, and I can cook them a little bit later. Okay? Moving forward, we will talk about a salesperson. So, this is critical as you're really beginning to scale because I just took a screenshot of one of our salespersons and just one event type on their calendar. So I'm not talking about follow-up calls or discovery calls or anything like that. I'm just talking about new demo calls that are coming in the calendar. You can see on Wednesday, there is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 sales calls, new sales calls from people coming into our company, booking call, wanting to speak to potentially work with us. So that is essentially 7 hours of calls that I'm saving on a daily basis. So you multiply that by 5 times a week, that's minimum 35 hours a week that I'm saving, not including, like I said, follow-up calls, discovery calls, all the other stuff that they do, like communicate over email, over text message, follow-up messages, making sure the proposal gets signed, all of that stuff. So, having multiple salespeople, or at least if you're just starting out, having a salesperson is critical for buying back your time because then you can do the things that I'm going to talk about at the end of this video that can help you pack their calendars even more, that can help you scale your business even faster. And even though sales is a great place for you to start, at some point, you're going to have a higher dollar per hour doing something else versus actually taking the sales calls themselves. And the final one is going to be a client success manager. That is the 5th and final key hire I recommend as you scale your business that I use in order to buy back a lot of my time. And I say client success managers because we have multiple. We have over 5 client success managers. And so these people are going to be the ones that are making sure your clients are seeing results. So the ones that are working with your clients on a daily basis, answering questions inside Slack, making sure they're moving forward. And so I just put a few examples of a few things they do for us. So first of all, they collect feedback. So here are 3 quick examples of feedback. First of all, we have something we call ring the bell forms, which is whenever a client shares a win, we have a form that my client success team fills out. And that way we can always document and store that win. If you go to scalingwithsystems.com/wins, you'll see all of those wins there. We have over 1,100 of them published. And then also we can use it in marketing. We can use it in social media and ads, et cetera, et cetera. Then we also have our client success director. Anytime someone gets onboarded, he sends a manual message out within 48 hours of onboarding and says, hey, how are things going? How did this align up with what happened on the sales call? And you can see here, they've been saying, I've been very impressed so far. Hi, Joe. Thanks for the heads up and a big compliment for you and your team. I'm very impressed with the onboarding call and the way you guys communicate with us. So far, our first impressions of Scaling with Systems is very good. Jahan said, so first off, everything has been going great. Definitely much more of a smooth experience than I expected, which is great. Great going at anything new, any program, been in quite a few coaching programs, and it's definitely one of the better experiences. I'd say overall with everyone on the team, they've been great and they've been super helpful. Everything's been very clear step by step throughout the process. And another feedback is the entire team has been great. Joe's been so much clarity when I get in my own head. Tyler's been great speaking about actions. Chung helped me great with my cold email and how to nail this. So these are all, I put a lot of feedback in here because if you're a service-based business, feedback is one of the only ways that you know that you're doing your job correctly. Now, there are obviously other things we measure, like for us when we launch the marketing campaigns and what's the return on investment for our clients, all that other stuff. But these are like really quick pieces of feedback that you can make sure that they're enjoying and they're engaging with your product or service, which obviously is going to, bring you more clients, referrals, lifetime value, all that kind of stuff. And then the other thing is the client success managers are going to do is obviously just make sure your clients see success. They're actually going to do the work for you. So you can see here, Tyler said, hey, Colin, just dropping off some deliverables for you. Here's your hiring plan document that we created. Do you have an idea of an one-time offer yet? Do you have an idea of on-track earnings yet? Or do you want us to create one for you? So, they're actually communicating day to day with my clients. And that allows me, we're managing hundreds of clients. So it allows me to remove myself, and then I can give feedback and help train the client success team, which I do on a weekly basis, twice a week. And then they can go and do that for all of the clients that we're working with. And then the client success managers are also on our marketing meetings, they're on our sales meetings. So they're seeing what we're doing every single day, like internally to run our company. And then they're going and helping our clients execute that inside of their company as well. So it's a really great little flow that we have. And it allows me, I know I would love to work with every single one of my clients one-on-one, but it's literally impossible as you really begin to scale. So you want to make sure that you have people just as good as you, if not better, that have more time than you, that are able to deliver results for your clients, which is honestly exactly what my team does. And so you're asking yourself right now, Ravi, okay, you just bought back all this time. You only have 2 days a week of meetings. What do you spend all that free time on? Well, I'm not going to talk about the personal stuff, even though I've done some really cool things like, Dubai, traveling to Dubai and China and, going around the world all across the United States. I got my pilot's license. I got a plane, I got a motorcycle, I have a puppy, I spend time with my family. But in the business side of things, I just focus on the highest leverage activity. So now that I've bought back a lot of my time, I want to figure out how can I invest it into, instead of getting on one sales call and closing one deal and making, a few $1,000s, I'm doing this, maybe making one video in 1 hour, and this video can go on YouTube and make us tens of thousands or hundreds of thousands of dollars, right? So I'm just trading up my time to be spending on more leveraged things. So examples is on my Instagram, I post, about 3 reels a day on my Instagram. On my YouTube, we're posting 2 to 3 YouTube videos a week. I'm working on writing new video sales letters. I'm going to come out with a video training in the future on how to write video sales letters and, the difference in the different video sales letters that I've had here. But these are all great examples of ways that I'm now investing into me doing something one time and having massive leverage to scale my business in the future, which also includes doing stuff like ads, right? So I help my marketing team write ad copy, create video sales letter. I help them create new automation sequences. I do reels, another examples of ads, et cetera, et cetera. So I'm just constantly doing things where 1 unit of input is 10 units of output out. And I'm willing to do that because I can do this and make way more money than if I was, doing my own laundry or cooking my own food, et cetera, et cetera. So just a shameless plug, if you're watching this and you're like, okay, this all sounds great, but right now I'm not even getting enough book calls to get a salesperson, or I'm not scaling my business fast enough to justify some of these hires, or you just want to work with us a little bit closer so we can help you kind of buy back your time so you have a freer calendar and schedule, feel free to go below this video and book a call to speak with myself or one of our team members where we can audit your business, kind of walk through what a roadmap or a game plan would be, how we would scale your business if we were you, and then you can potentially take it and work with us, or you can take it and do it on your own. See you guys in the next video.